It was 1 year ago that India rolled out one of the biggest vaccination drives in the world. It continues to be the second in the list of most vaccinations worldwide, and the drive is a reflection of relentless effort done by the healthcare workers of our country. Here is a recap of India's vaccination drive 1 year on. My colleague Sneha Murtani with this report.
From the first jab given to a sanitation worker to achieving over 92% first dose coverage and over 69% second dose coverage, India has come a long way in the last 1 year since the vaccination drive against Covid-19 began. On the 16th of January 2021, amidst much fanfare, India started administering vaccines against Covid-19. The move captured well by shutterbugs and replete with messaging that the vaccine is safe. The journey of the first dose to the over 156 crore doses in the last 1 year has seen several hits and misses. 1 year on, vaccine hesitancy has been replaced with a plateau in the demand for vaccines, while midway India dealt with vaccine eagerness. A lot changed with the Prime Minister taking a shot of the vaccine, India's indigenous vaccine Covaxin, that was labelled by the opposition as the BJP's vaccine.
The scale and the pace at which the vaccination drive was rolled out and the staggering with the healthcare workers and the senior citizens getting the first priority was excellent. The CoWIN app has been functioning great, and it's really done wonders to coordinate and give real-time, very live and transparent data for the vaccination.
Covaxin, the vaccine in the eye of the storm, received emergency use listing by the WHO in November last year, making it the 7th vaccine in the world to get the nod from the World Health Body. In total, the WHO has approved only 9 vaccines for use against COVID.
It does affect, it does hurt, because we are not political people. We are only, our party is science. We breathe science. We want to do science. Nothing else we know it. We are neutral. So we want to do the best science. I think it does hurt. But for us, we have to look at the long run, what has to achieve for the country.
India's vaccination drive has been carried out in phases. 16th of January saw the vaccination drive for frontline workers and healthcare workers. The 1st of March onwards last year saw the elderly, those above the age of 60 take the dose, and those between the age of 45 to 60 get the dose. The 1st of May onwards saw India's adult population above the age of 18 start getting the dose against Covid-19. Vaccines for the adolescent population started on the 3rd of January early this year, and the additional dose for the vulnerable population started on the 10th of January this year itself. Experts say this has been timely.
The Omicron has been an eye-opener. We now realize that children are vulnerable, and countries like Cuba and China have gone ahead and vaccinated their 2- and 3-year-olds as well. So there is still a lot to catch on. The better part is that people who have been vaccinated have had milder disease and have had less morbidity and mortality compared to people who have been unvaccinated.
The last 1 year has seen several approvals for emergency use to vaccines. There are 8 vaccines that have received emergency use authorization in India. Serum Institute's Covishield, the most widely used vaccine in India, got an approval on the 3rd of January last year. Covaxin, developed by Bharat Biotech, got an approval the same day. Russia's Sputnik V, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson single-dose vaccine, Zydus Cadila Zycov-D, Covovax by the Serum Institute, and Corbevax, developed by Biological E, have an approval by the regulator. But only 2 vaccines continue to be the backbone of India's vaccination drive. The third, Sputnik V, has failed to take off in India, and Covaxin, an inactivated vaccine, has some manufacturing challenges in terms of the facilities also that are to be made available. It requires the BSL-3 facility, some of which have been improved essentially with the help of the government. Well, Covaxin is also the only vaccine that is being given to children in India. Zydus Cadila Zycov-D hasn't been rolled out. Pfizer and Moderna, in spite of the permissions granted, have not been able to enter the Indian market because of an agreement not being reached. Another hitch has been the delay in ordering vaccines. Last year, that was a great mistake, say experts.
We should have booked our vaccines in June, July 2020, when the initial vaccine candidates were ready and field trials were beginning. This would have helped us gain lot of months of early starting of the vaccination.
Experts say, in spite of the misses, India has a success story in the world's largest vaccine drive, given a push by the Har Ghar Dastak campaign.
I am very delighted to see that a country like ours with limited resources have been able to do such large vaccination program with more than 150 crore vaccinations given in such a short time.
To the Government of India and to the commitment of the healthcare workers, the providers and the people of India, that they have got these vaccinations, they have got themselves vaccinated, and that is why we can see that despite being in a severe another wave of COVID-19, we have practically minuscule fatalities, very less hospitalizations.
This is just the beginning. India's mission vaccination has now got a boost with the government rolling out the precaution dose. After all, vaccines are important weapons against the virus. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.